All right, good morning, guys. We're out here on this other job. This job here is kind of an emergency job, and the fact that this offense has gotten so bad that the owner's cattle are getting out on the highway. So I needed to take the excavator and work it further north anyway for a couple other jobs, and they got a hold of me in a panic and said, hey, they got a fence builder lined up and we need to get this cleared through here. So so they can get a fence in here and keep the cows from getting out on the highway. Cows have been out on the highway like for the last 3 days, going across the highway, and of course there's a lot of concern, a safety issue with cows getting hit on the road, somebody getting injured or killed. So today's just going to be basically we're going, I don't think it's a quarter, it's going to be close, but anyway, we're going that way. There's a big wash, a big creek, Wetweather Creek over here. So limited area to stack things. So this entire southern edge is going to have to be taken out here and stacked out here in this open field. As I work my way down, this landowner here is allowing me to stack trees and make brush piles over here on him. And then as we get further north down here, I'm going to take and stack and make another brush pile or stack some trees over on the person, my client, property down there to the north end. There's a bit of a survey issue down on the far north end as far as where's the fence going to go. So I may have to just end up by stopping down at the north end. There is a cross fence down there that according to my client needs to be moved further north. According to the north landowner, that may or may not happen. So anyway, that's our goal for today, is just to come in here and just start again taking these trees out. I'm not completely clearing everything, just enough to get a fence through. Of course, money's always potentially always an issue. So anyway, that is going to be the plan for probably the next couple days. So anyway, I've got to get through this fence and cattle panels. So I'm going to try to work my way through here and try to get through there. And then again, the property lines, and you can see that walnut tree, and there's an old post right there. That's the property line, and that's the corner, and so everything's got to go. Kind of try to stack what we can out here in the field. So at some point in time, I'm going to have to bring the loader back out and shuttle things around. So we'll get that back out here. We'll see how today goes. I'm not going to put a full day in today because it's actually around noonish. So I'm not going to put a full day in. Tomorrow I'll put a full day in. We'll see, kind of see how things go. Anyway, we're just trying to make our way through here. Try not to knock any lines off. Try not to no fence is crap here anyway, but I've got to get me some fence pliers to get in here to get in here. So Come on. Hopefully I don't get any wire hung up. I do not want to get wire hung up in my tracks again. Like I did before. Take this fence out here. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to right now. She's trying to watch the finances, and I get it. So careful or I'll be breaking. I'm going to be breaking all kinds of crap. Again, I'm just not, I'm not trying to do, I'm just trying to get her enough, just trying to get her enough through here to, just wide enough, because on these you normally like to go in, you like to go, you know, 40-50 foot on either side. That alleviates any potential for trees, you know, during an ice storm, which we have a lot of, for those trees to you know, fall on your fence, knock limbs down, come down on your fence, you know. So you always want to try to get them. You always want to try to case, again, the budget, we got to watch our budget. And normally I'd probably bring the loader in here to do this if this was just nice and flat ground, but it is not. There's a wet weather, like I said, a wet weather creek over here in front of us, and it gets steep, and there's just no way, you know, there'd just be no way to absolutely no way to get there and not just no way to get down in there. I mean, this ground's bottom ground, so it's really soft, and I'm telling you, it would just be a nightmare. So unfortunately, this is about the only option that we have. Again, as it widens up down here, yeah, we could get the loader in here, and which it'd go a little quicker that way. But again, we get down around this creek, we'd end up on our side in this creek, and I'll show you here in a little bit what I'm talking about. Again, I'm not trying to sweep up as I go through here. I'm wanting just to get this out of here, and we'll come back and sweep up later. Try to take and stick this post, the hedge post right here. I'm going to try pull it out here, because I know try to get it and stick it back in the ground where the corner was at. That way they kind of have an idea. This is definitely a woolly old girl for sure. This was a last minute panic kind of deal, and you know, I'm swamped right now, but I you know, she's a widow lady, and she's in a bind with her cows, and so I'm sure just trying to help her get a fence in, because she's gonna have to start rotating her cows again, and you know, so I try to help when I can. Something I'm gonna have to be careful with through here. do? I mean, there's some good T-posts in here. The guy could, you know, could have spent a day and go through here and pull all them, but you know, but again, what do you do? She's, like I said, I can come back and clean this up later. This area here is the most gnarly part of the. It's the most gnarly part of the whole deal. It kind of opens up and it's less. It's a little bit more sparse down there, so. All right, guys, I've just kind of made my way down a little bit, and I don't know if you can see kind of in there behind me. I'll crawl out here real quick. Just kind of making my way down through here. This is stuff I've got a pile again. These big walnut trees that are here, I'm probably going to lay those over as I'm cleaning up, because there's actually some logs in there. That one busted a little bit, but there's actually some logs in there, and so I'm probably going to lay those down and cut some logs out of them. Kind of what I was pointing out, or kind of what I mentioned earlier. Here's the fence. Here's a wet weather creek. This fence goes down and kind of curves around. I'd say they've done a lot of the curving due to all these big trees in the way. They didn't want to take these walnuts out, so that would be my guess. But the fence goes here and then curves and kind of parallels the kind of parallels the creek again. That's just one of them deals where, you know, I could have got a lot of this with a loader, but when we start getting down in here, you know, the excavator's sure nice. It's slower, but you know, it's sure nice. You know, I've got a nice walnut there, one there, and one here. So I may very well try to track myself up and around that, make myself a path through here and go around and get over here and start piling over there, and again leave these until the end where I've got more room to lay them down and get some of this canopy down. That way I can lay them down and you know, we can cut some logs out. So anyway, that's where we're progressing to, and gonna continue to work our way down. So ground is soft. Hey, look at that. If I had the loader here, I'd be sinking. Like I said, excavator not quite as fast, but I ain't gonna be able to get that out of there. It's been hung in there for a little while. It's not quite as fast. Actually, not as near as fast, really. But these certain situations like this, that, you know, it's really good. Whoa! Fell in a hole. You can see the fence continues right on down through there. So we're gonna keep doing our thing, make our way down. Like I said, all these walnut trees I'll probably lay down later, so I don't want to tear them up. Also, there's a line post I'm going to kind of leave there as well, so we can get everything lined back up. Anyway, that's the plan. Well, this is never good. Nice. I think this has come, I think this connection right here has come loose, or not come loose, but loosened. So I'm gonna have to run. I don't have any wrenches in the cab over with me, so I'm gonna have to run, grab my truck, which is just down the road, but tighten. I think it's leaking here between this fitting and that fitting. I have to tighten it back up. I think something probably come and hit the hose. See, it's loose. Get that tightened back up so I don't lose any more hydraulic fluid. Yay! All right, guys, all tightened back up. And we just got a damn mess to deal with here. Nasty. But tightened her up, she quit leaking, so I guess that's good. At least it's not a hose. Hopefully I didn't leak out a whole lot of oil. Alright, we'll get back after it. All right, guys, I'm done for today. I put in about a half a day. You can see we started way down there, and I'd say we may be about halfway. Well, we just about had somebody get rear-ended. Nice. Anyway, we're about halfway down. Some of these walnuts and stuff that are in the fence line, the fence line's about right here. So some of these walnuts that are in the fence line, like all of these and several down through there, she got a hold of a logger. He's going to come out and cut them, and I mean, it'll help her recoup some expense. I mean, you can see the fence is basically right here, just where that elm tree's at, just to the left of it, kind of where that hedge tree's leaning over. That's kind of about where the fence is, kind of right into there. So there's going to be several of them coming out down through here. They need to be away from the fence anyway, and she might as well be able to recoup, you know, some of her expense for the you know, for the dozing, for all of the labor for the fencing, the fence, you know, the cost of the fence, you know. So, you know, I think that is a good deal, you know, help her out a little bit. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is a kind of an emergency situation. You know, I always try to keep my list of people, I always try to keep that going, you know, start working my way down. Occasionally on a situation like this, where it's right next to the state highway, there's a wheat field here, and she's got electric wire out here, but it just wasn't working. The cows were getting out into the wheat field, and they were also getting out into the highway about 3 days in a row. And you know, surprisingly and fortunately, none of them got hit. That's just a bad deal. I mean, not only can you you know, as a cattle owner, not only can you be held liable for your cow getting hit, but in case somebody was to get hurt or killed. So you know, it's smart on her part to go ahead and get this done. I guess they've been putting it off for quite some time, and the fence had just gotten incredibly bad. Currently, they have the cows penned up in another section of the property, but there's a lot of good grass here, and they need to get back in here as well. So again, normally I don't jump, you know, leapfrog people, but in this circumstance, you know, with the highway and the crop and all of that, I just felt that it was the right thing to do. So anyway, I am going to fuel this thing up, and I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. You know, fortunately, no broken glass, no dented metal. One fitting that came loose, but tightened it up, and we're good to go. So fingers crossed we'll continue on with that tradition on this job. It's really tight. So anyway, I just got to be careful. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, go home. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, and I'll get them returned, return comments. So anyway, I'm out of here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.